Artemisinin.
Artemisinin, the main ingredient in drugs that have dramatically reduced malaria deaths across Africa, is under threat.
Resistance to artemisinin is spreading. With effective action, experts say the efficacy of the drug can be preserved.
It's very important to react early because we know that drug resistance will spread if we keep exposing the same treatment option to the parasite for many years.
If we are able to take the right actions now, we can prolong the effectiveness of our current treatments.
We cannot repeat the same mistake of using one drug until it fails. We need to find a way of doing this business differently by starting to use multiple drugs.
Taking a full treatment, not only in duration, but in the dose, is important to prevent the spread of resistance.
People feel better after a day, then they don't see the need why they should continue taking the drug for 3 days. But when you take it just for a couple of days, you have not cleared your parasites, and that will encourage the development of resistance.
Make sure that when you are sick, you finish your medication, don't share, and this will help to keep the ingredients we are consuming active to kill the parasites in the bloods.
Substandard treatments are one of the potential causes of drug resistance because the concentration of the active ingredient that should clear parasites is not high enough to do so. Therefore, it's important that national governments are able to strengthen regulation to ensure that substandard antimalarials do not get into the supply chain, whether in the public sector or the private sector.
A substantial number of people with malaria or suspected malaria go to the private sector. The problem with that is that they are not bound to follow the treatment guidelines. So you need to invest in quality assurance.
Multiple first-line treatment. It's very important because it's confusing the parasites.
Multiple first-line treatments expose the parasites to different drugs within a short period of time, such that we are not exposing them to one drug for long so that they can develop resistance to it. Because that's what we have done, and history has taught us that if you keep on exposing it to one drug, it will develop resistance to it.
Multiple first-line therapies is one of the recommendations which has the aim of prolonging the lifespan of ACTs.
So the deployment of multiple first-line treatment you can do in several ways, whether it is stratified by facility, age, or rotated by geography. It is a good concept.
Multiple first-line treatment is a good strategy to be introduced, not only at one country level, but at global level, so that you can mitigate together the spread of drug resistance.
In 2022, WHO published a strategy outlining the main interventions. First, to strengthen surveillance on the anti-malaria drug resistance. The second main thing is to ensure that there is optimal use of diagnostics. Thirdly, there should be effective vector control, chemoprevention, vaccines, all this intervention, and lastly, innovation for alternative treatments.
From when we first documented the pressure resistant to artemisinin in Rwanda, it was in 2018, working with the other countries and partners, we developed a mitigation strategy, which is MFT, the multiple first-line treatment strategy, that is consisting of deploying 3 treatment options nationwide and rotating every year. We also started strengthening our surveillance to make sure that healthcare providers are informed that in case we find any case failing to the treatment, so we can inform decision making.
It's important that the health sector is ready to continuously change their malaria guidelines.
Currently, we are also trying to look at new treatments for malaria and new combinations, because we think the double combination is not the ultimate. We might need a triple combination to combine more than 2 molecules and see whether that will work for us in the future.
We have to have effective drugs, and those drugs in the immediate future are the ones we already have used better, by which I mean triple artemisinin combination treatments, and then in 3 to 5 years' time, hopefully, if they survive the development process, the new drugs will start to emerge and become available.
So it's going to get more complicated, it's going to get more difficult, but with determination, with commitment, and with collaboration, the possibility of eliminating malaria with the next generation of tools is highly likely.
Protect the cure.